everyone, it's Jess again. I'm back to show you guys the part 2 of the exciting adventures of Jess doing her work. So this is the bunny that I drew in my previous video. If you did not watch the previous video, I highly recommend that you do so. This is what I drew in the previous video, and I'm going to be doing some more character art of this bunny and eventually turning all of this character art into a GIF. So a small, simple, animated piece of art. Okay, so if you've already watched the first video, great. This is where I left it on. We have a simple drawing of a bunny, and he's got his flag, and I have 3 layers over here with the text on it, his drawing layer, and the color layer. So what I want to do now is do another bunny, just like this, the same bunny, but he's going to be moving. So I want him to be basically the next cell frame, so the next movement that he would make from now. Now, instead of just completely redrawing him, because I'm working on Photoshop, I can simply use this original art and then edit it and change it, so I don't have to completely redraw him. So to do that, what I'm going to do, first of all, is to simply grab the drawing layer, hold the shift key, and grab the color layer, and then I'm going to press Control and duplicate layers. Then I want to put it on I put Untitled 2, which is something I already opened over here, or you can just press New, doesn't matter, just a different file. Okay, let's go over here, and there he is. Okay. Now, what I want to do with him, I want to make this just one layer. So it's still highlighted, so I'm going to go to Command E and bring it into one layer so that it's easier for me to kind of change and move and not have to worry about separate layers for this. Right, so now I've got this bunny. He's a bit small. I'm going to make him a bit bigger. So I went ahead and Command T, hold the Shift key down so that it doesn't change his proportions, keeps them correct. Make him a bit bigger. Okay, press Enter. Okay, now I want him to be moving the flag over this way. So to do that, what I'm going to do first is I think I'll just take my lasso tool and I'm going to remove the flag, and I'm going to press Command C to copy it, and then I'm going to delete it. Oh, where did it go? Now I'm going to bring it back. Command V to paste, and there it is. And it is now on a separate layer above here, so it's just out of my way, and I can start playing around with his body and the movement that I want him to be doing. So back on here, this is called drawing. I'm just going to call it bunny so that I know what I've got, and I'll call this one flag so I know which one's which. All right, so the bunny. Now I think what I want to do is I'll have him bring his arm down a little bit. So I'm going to lasso again his arm like that. Command T, and I'm just going to come to the corner, and I'm just going to use this to kind of angle it down, and then click on the image and just bring it down a bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then press Enter. Command D to let go of the lasso tool, and then I'm going to just blend this a little bit so it doesn't look quite so awful there. And now it's gone a bit smudgy, so what I'm going to do is press the color tool, get that exact color with the picker, press OK, go to my brush, and instead of having it on multiply, it needs to be on normal, and then I can just go straight over it and just clean it up a little bit. There we are. That's better. So that's one bit I've moved on the bunny. The next thing I need to move is this arm, and I want him to have his arm kind of starting to cross over, so he's probably actually going to cross over so much that you don't see his face here. So to do that, I'm going to erase this arm. Okay, there we go. And I will draw in, first of all, probably moving his face, because I think as the flag would be going over, he'd be looking up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just get, maybe not like that, just get his eyes. And we'll have Command T, bring them up a little bit. Okay. Bring the nose up a little bit. Okay. That looks silly, doesn't it? And we're going to clean up the image, so go ahead and do the same thing we did before and just color drop that. Okay. Go to the paintbrush. It's on normal. And I'm just going to put it on this normal soft brush and just color in. This color is slightly darker, so we'll get this color. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go, bunny. Now, I want him to look like he's looking up a bit more, so I'm just going to take that off, take the sides off a bit. And get the brush, the color I want, darker color I want to do the drawing back on my watercolor brush. So let's see, if he's looking up, I'm going to have it on multiply, so adds color. That's not at all what I want. And the pleasure of using Photoshop is you can go Command Z and get rid of everything you just did. Go. That's better. Okay, it's a bit better. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to move the flag. Command, actually, first I'm going to clean it up a little. There's a bit of his arm here, which I don't want on there, so just clean up the flag a little. And I also want to change the flag a bit because I want it to look like it's actually moved. So I'm going to make my eraser a bit bigger, and I'm just going to first go Command T and we'll just turn it where I'd like it. So I'm thinking it'll be, because it was over here, so now I think we could cover up his nose. Leave it there a second and have a look at where it was before. Okay, so it was in line with his ear. So maybe bring it, let's see, ear, bring it up. T. It looks strange, but it will make sense once it's all animated. We hope. Okay, maybe there. Press OK. And then I'm just going to change the shape a little bit. So I'm going to erase it and I'm going to make it look like it's, I'm going to turn off the bunny over here so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and just erase it a little because I'm going to change the shape just a bit. Okay, grab that color. Okay, put it on the soft brush for now and just see it's multiply. I don't want it on multiply. I'm put it on normal. And I'll just change the shape a little. Perfect. Now I'm going to add the shading. Go back to my watercolor brush, put it on multiply, add a little shading. And then blend it a little. Good. Now I'm just going to add my outline. I usually do my outline around 9. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to let me do 9. Okay. Cool. Now I'm going to add the words free to it, like the previous art. Let's go ahead and grab the actual colour using that eyedropper tool. Okay, and go back to this art. Make my brush a bit bigger. I am doing this on another layer so that if I mess up, I can delete it or erase it or change it. I made the letters a little big. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Okay, let's bring the bunny back. Well, first of all, we'll call this free, this layer, because that's my writing layer. Turn on the bunny again. Okay, so now I just need to draw his arm in here, kind of holding it at this angle. So I'll go to bunny. Actually, because bunny, the layer bunny is below the layer flag, which it needs to be, what I really need to do is to do another layer above flag because I want his little paw to hold the flag. So I'm going to go ahead and do another layer, and it will just be a layer for his arm, and then we can combine everything. So first thing we'll do is we will just draw his arm. I'm going to put it, yeah, normal's fine. Okay, so there we are, he's holding it. Okay, get the color of his fur. Okay. Okay. Maybe a slightly darker color to make a bit of a shadow. There we go. Okay, so now what we've got are two images. We have this one and this one. So if I do this really quickly, you can kind of see what it will look like. course, they'll be matched up perfectly. And the next frame will be the next piece of art we do. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing. So I'm just going to take this art and I'm going to make it again different. I'm going to change the way the bunny is looking a little bit more. So I will still show you guys how to do that, but I think I'm going to speed up the process. So stay tuned.